Hello, hello, hello. It's Mr. Gray. Welcome back to the show. Today we are here to talk about the Nike SB Blazer Soulland mid specifically. Before we jump into talking about this sneaker that I am excited about, let's first go into a small bit about the company. So Soulland was founded in 2002 in Copenhagen, Denmark, by the heads of the company, Silas Adler and Jacob Berliner. They also, well, one of the beliefs they have, among several others, is that they believe in actually using locally sourced materials when working with, I guess, their clothing and other things that are part of their brand, such as shoes, items, and such. So in 2017, Soulland had their first collaboration with Nike, and pretty much this Nike released in the fall, or probably I guess about December of 2017, and they actually dropped two sneakers. They dropped a Dunk Low and a Dunk High. So the Dunk Low was primarily, or pretty much 95%, it was all black. Materials were, in the shoe, the materials were suede. There's some suede, there's some leather, and there's some type of mesh material on the side. Very low-key shoe, but it still looks pretty nice. On the back of it, they have FRI.day, or FRI for, and then DAY on the back of the other shoe, of course, forming FRI.day, which is pretty cool. For the same shoe that came out that same part of the year, they once again they dropped two. It was another Dunk, but it was a High, which is primarily a sail color with some hints of gray in it also. And that shoe also has some suede. It has some suede, and it has some leather in it, some premium leather in it. Also on the back, if you look at the back of the shoe, on the back of that shoe, it also says Friday, FRI for FRI.day, and DAY for the end of FRI.day on the back of the shoe. Both shoes were very subtle, which is actually which is still a good shoe with its subtleness. I normally want a shoe that's really out of the box, which to me is what this what the Soulland Blazer mid is. It is more of an out the box. It's not as subtle, but even now that I've taken more time to look at the originals that dropped in 2017, I really like the subtle hints that they put in it. I mean, they put some different markings on the tongue. The actual part, I guess I don't even know what to call it. The little part you put on your tongue it's not actually like a nylon or I guess of a cotton material, but it's more of like a leather patch. And they seem to do that on all their shoes. So anyway, without further ado, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Let's jump into this sneaker. So give me 1 second. Alright, so first, forgive my box. It got a little banged up on the right end. As most Dunks, it comes in the average box that you see most Dunks coming in lately. Nothing too special about the box, but there is one thing special about this. First, let me let you know. This dropped the Friday before last. That's November 22nd. My birthday is when it dropped. So this is like the greatest birthday. It's not the greatest, but it's one of the greatest birthday presents that I can get. I open this box and boom! I open this box and I am presented with a book. I love books. So, going through it. And it's a nice book. You can see it has that leather. There goes that FRI.day. I'm just going to let you know, I haven't been able to actually find what the whole purpose of FRI.day is on, I guess, imprinted on their brand and materials and such. But I tell you what, Friday is the best day of the week because that's when the weekend starts. So that's all I need to know. So either way, I was going through the book. Nice book. It's got a lot of imagery. So Silas Adler, I don't know a lot about Jacob Berliner. I didn't find a lot, but Silas Adler, I think the original founder of Soulland, he was heavily into skateboarding, pretty much in the skateboard community. So as you can see that as you go through the book, lot of hints of skateboarding. Just tons of photos there, different people skateboarding, actually wearing the shoes. So good. It's a good book. The box was heavy, so I was actually wondering what was in there. I was like, dang, is there a I thought there was a t-shirt in there. I was actually hoping I have a little sticker swag to put on my sticker door. But this book, as you can see, it's really thick. It's a really nice book. I'm glad it was included with the product. Let's see. All right. So again, without further ado, let's jump into the shoe, because it is a great shoe, I must say. All right. So of course the most obvious part of it is that snake skin. Calm down, Peter. No snakes were hurt in the making of this shoe. I'm 100% positive that it is artificial snake skin, because Nike knows better. Anyway, you have that snake skin going pretty much primarily over the whole shoe. You do not have a full Nike symbol. You have this smaller symbol, Nike symbol swoosh. It actually kind of sits out above the shoe. I don't know if you can see that right there. Kind of sits up a bit. So it's a little thick. Actually it's iridescent. I just realized that. I don't know if that's something you guys can see on camera. Maybe if I move it around. Also, I don't hide myself. So that's where we got a little iridescent shine when the light hits it correctly. There's the shoelaces, which I'm just now noticing. I was trying to figure out earlier, but I had a hard time figuring it out. You can see that and you probably won't see the reflective part of it, but the shoelaces actually have some gray reflective material in it, all throughout the shoelace, which is pretty cool. On the lace caps of the shoe, you have something. It says Tokyo 03 Snake. Let me see if I can show you that, guys. Tokyo 0. Maybe you can see that, and you maybe can't. I'm trying to show you the low-key features first before I get into the main key features, because this is just a great shoe. I mean, so you got on the tongue. This is actually a leather. Wow, it feels good too. This is a leather patch right there, which feels really, really good. Actually, it's really soft. It's softer than any Jordan 1 leather that I typically feel. I'm trying to figure out what the wording on the inside of the tongue is here, because there's some wording right here. I'm trying to I don't know what that says. Whatever the wording says, it goes down through here, and I don't want to untie the shoe. That's so bad and lazy of me. It goes down through there. I'm not sure what. Oh, it says day. Actually, I think DA. Yep, it says day on this shoe. So I'm assuming, pretty sure that the other shoe says Fri. Or Friday, going down that middle. I think I'm complete. You know what? I'm really unsure what it says. Outside of I guess the laces, you do have an extra spare pair of laces. Just plain white laces, looped up really nicely. Thank you, Nike. Oh man, there are definitely some marks on this shoe. Not too excited about that, but there's not much I can do about that, because I'm definitely not sending it back across the pond to go to Copenhagen, Denmark, because I'm too excited to have it. And if I send it back to Copenhagen, Denmark, I may not see it again. So anyway, so let's jump into more features of the shoe. And since that one's got some marks on it that I don't like, and I'll try to clean off for later, I'll go with this. So on the back, one of the very interesting things you may notice is right here. This swoosh right here, going around. It's actually a nice little puffy swoosh. You know, it's I don't know. It almost feels like that material. You know, when you have Velcro, you have the soft side and the hard side. This would be like almost this would be the soft side of the Velcro material, which is really cool. I love how they wrap it around the heel of the shoe. But then you also see you have a leather patch, another premium leather patch, very premium, very buttery right here. Which, you know, like I told you earlier, the previous shoes in 2017 that dropped, they both had Fri on one, you know, Fri for Friday and Day for Friday on the other shoe. So they've gone, they seem to keep that thing going. That's their motto, it seems to be, which is pretty cool. What do you call it? The tongue is it's kind of thin. It actually almost has that that off-white kind of feel. If you have any of the off-white sneakers that came out. Let's see. Outside of the shoestrings. Oh, I forgot about that. I always forget about that. And once again, as usual. Oh, you can actually see that pretty good. So on the inside of this shoe, you got. Does it say it all the way? Actually, it says FRI.day all the way down on the inside. And let's look into the other one. See if it says the same thing. Ah, this one actually says Soulland going in through the whole shoe on the bottom. Now, for the one last thing about this shoe before I forget, you got, so FRI.day's on the inside of this shoe, but Soulland is actually on the bottom sole. And then you have Soulland on the inside of this shoe, but then you have FRI.day on the sole. I'm just gonna say, if there were, so there's shoes that are supposed to blow up and everybody's supposed to want, right? So I'm gonna say, let's just put it like this. You know, when you have a team that's not supposed to win, or the underdog, I would say if you weren't gonna pick, of course, an obvious favorite, like it's like if you pick your favorite player, everyone's gonna say, oh, Bron, but nobody's gonna pick anybody else. Let's just say, if this were an underdog team, to me, this would be the best release of the year, hands down, for originality. I know I say a lot about, you know, I have high markings for all the shoes that I get in, but for something that's not backed by somebody who's been so popular in the last 3 or so years, such as Virgil Abloh, or the last year and a half to 2 years, Travis Scott dropping all these sneakers, for Soulland to have only dropped 3 sneakers, 2 in 2017, which didn't drop with a huge splash. To me, these would be the best underdogs of the year. These are heat. These are real heat. Once again, as I've always said, I am a real blazer lover. I have several blazers. I got the blazers in Vachetta Tan. Hopefully I said that right. And I got my off-white blazers up there. And I got some navy blazers. I don't know if you can see those right there. I got some navy blazers with the burgundy Nike swoosh. I can wear blazers all day. But these right here, I love my black off-white blazers, but these right here, they're really nice. Just they put a lot of personality into these. And Soulland, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sending these across the pond to a little guy here in America who really, really wanted them for his birthday. I know I begged you and I harassed you guys on y'all's Instagram page every day, and I'm pretty positive you guys had no idea who I was, because you know, if I actually got this guys through the website, which is really hard to, which typically is pretty hard to do, but because I think a lot of, from what I've seen, several orders got canceled because of so much demand, but I was able to get mine. So thank you guys for getting me this really great happy birthday present. I'm not gonna linger on anymore. Great shoe, guys. I can't wait to wear it. That's right, guys. As I say always, and I don't say enough, wear your sneakers. That's why if you go to my main page, it says Creasonomics, the economics of wearing your shoe. Because to me, that's the whole point of this. I understand, you know, some people like, I want to keep it in pristine. You want to keep it pristine. I get it. But pristine for what? We live, we die. I mean, I die. I don't even know where all my shoes are going to go. So you know what? I'm going to wear them while I'm alive. Because if I die, my wife, I don't know what she's going to do them. One thing I realized I did miss, these little end caps right here where the shoelaces go through, and you probably won't be able to see that in the video. These right here, they actually have the same iridescent glow when they hit the light that the Nike swoosh has, and I think I actually can see that glow at different points. Anyway, once again, thank you, Soulland. I'm not gonna stretch out the shoe anymore, but I just want to let you know this was a great cop. Thanks for the book, and you guys, once again, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to listening to, new to watching my videos, and this is my first video, feel free to go back and watch some previous videos. I try to give as much information as I always can about the brand dropping the shoe, about the shoe, previous shoes related to it that were dropped. But I I just want to basically just get a lot of knowledge out there about these shoes. A lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people, some people just like the look of the shoe just to go with their clothing, and some people like to know the story and the brand of the person that shoe is connected to. And so my goal really is to make you feel more connected to the sole of the shoe. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Thank you in advance. And you guys have a good one. Mr. Gray out.